Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. And it is Sunday evening, which means it's time for another Blind and Special. But unfortunately, the special is still sick. So it's just me tonight. Um, I was going to DM Jack Cochran and see if he wanted to come on, but I don't have. He's not following me again yet. So He's set to. He's set to have it so that you can only DM him if he's following you back. But we will have fun tonight. I have some drinks. I have 2 drinks. I have news stories. And I have finally gotten my children to sleep. I'm sorry we're starting 20 minutes late. That one tastes like pears. Yummy. Yes, they were just full of piss and vinegar tonight, let me tell you. And I had to push the stream back 20 minutes. So I do apologize for that. And so we're just gonna hang out and chat, read some stories, and have fun. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. Well, as good as it can be with, the election and people on the Biden side being incredibly sore winners, and basically we're having Bush v. Gore again. Except it's Trump v. Biden now. So, yeah, it's deja vu. 20 years to the year, deja vu. Isn't this wonderful? So let's say hello to everybody. Let's see who's here. We have Gunfox, we have Costin, we have Keeverdam, we have Check Your Logic, we have Selective Boy. I'm not going to do the P-Dog thing because I'm going to screw it up. We have JP. Welcome to all of you. Who else do we have? I think I saw something else. No, that's all the people that have said hello. And hello to all of you who are lurking and can't say hello. I hope you're enjoying the show. Fuck commies, says Gunfox. Yes, fuck commies. Now, if you would like to make my bruised and battered self run on the elliptical, it is $2 a minute to blindpress.net. And I am bruised and battered still because my goddamn cat tried to kill me and I fell down the stairs yesterday. So that was fun. But I did manage not to fall all the way down the stairs. Just down 4 of them. Tomorrow will be the day. They'll get their comeuppance. Karma doesn't sleep. Yep. So we're going to get the sad story out of the way first. Alex Trebek has passed. Now, we knew that was coming because we knew he was ill. We knew he had cancer. But it's still sad because Alex Trebek is one of those cultural icons. If you grew up in North America in the 80s, dare I say even late 70s and 80s, 90s, and 2000s, you know Alex Trebek as the host of Jeopardy. And he was, and not only that, he was well known for his charity work. With many children's charities across the world. And he was, I remember him most for being just an incredibly, approachable sounding man. I remember there were quite a few blind contestants on Jeopardy. Mainly, the one man's name was Eddie, and I can't for the life of me remember Eddie's last name, but he not only won Jeopardy, but he won 5 games, got himself to the championships, and then won the championships. And he was, like me, completely blind. And Alex was just like, like incredibly descriptive when it came to those visual questions that would pop up on the screen. It was just, oh, I'll just adapt this and um, I'll just I'll just describe the visuals to him, and it was fantastic. It didn't phase him. It didn't, like, he didn't treat the blind contestants like they were miracles, and he didn't treat them like glass. He was just like, yeah, you're a contestant who's on Jeopardy, and yeah, your eyes don't work. You know what I mean? Like, when he would do the get to know the contestants section, he, obviously he would mention that the contestant was blind, but he would focus more on, their life and, things that they would like you to know about them, like the other I almost said the normal contestants. Like the other contestants. And it was just very cool to me, when I was a kid, to see a really famous guy just completely accommodating and, yeah, you're blind, whatever. You're here to play a game show that I'm hosting, and, yeah, I'm going to mention that you're blind so the audience knows, but, we're not going to hammer it into everybody, and it's just part of who you are, and we're just going to move on. Um, I can't lie. Stage 4 cancer is a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So let's go over here and read this article here about Alex Trebek. Quiet, Discord. Nobody cares. Well, I'm sure somebody cares, but so where is it here? Yeah, Jeopardy. I grew up watching Jeopardy with my mom. We would try and answer the questions together. Um, it was it was fun. Where am I here? Host Alex Trebek dead at 80. Oh, he was 80. Okay, not 83. Oops. So there's a picture of Mr. Trebek. Okay, let's turn this up a little bit.
List 5 items.
Oh, of course.
Link. End of the
link. Link. Yes,
Long
shut
time
up.
Jeopardy host. Link. Alex Trebek died Sunday after a battle with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. You died Sunday after a You are currently at link. TMZ has confirmed he was 80.
And pancreatic cancer is pretty damn painful.
The show released a brief statement via link. Twitter, saying, Jeopardy is saddened to share that Alex Trebek passed away peacefully at home early this morning, surrounded by family and friends. Thank you, Alex. See tributes to Trebek from other TV hosts and Jeopardy contestants. Chrome has...
Yeah, he was... Like, even just listening to his voice, he just sounded so approachable. My aunt had colon cancer. She beat it, got cancer again, and died due to other reasons. Yeah, this is hard. It's hard. And at least he's at rest now. At least he's not in pain anymore.
Link here, comma, his last Trebek, comma, his last Jeopardy episode is scheduled to air on December 25th.
Okay. Oh, Christmas Day. Oh, how fitting. Oh, that's
Trebek.
Cool.
Link first revealed his cancer diagnosis in March 2019. Chrome has, via a video announcement, though he acknowledged that the prognosis for his illness was not very encouraging, Trebek said at the time that he planned to fight this, and I'm going to keep working. Throughout his struggle with the disease, he continued to host Jeopardy, which then went on hiatus due to the coronavirus pandemic, and he offered frequent health updates to fans while undergoing treatment. You are currently...
That's awesome.
Advertisement. Third-party ad content. Save frame contain. And up. In a link. July 20th 20 interview with Good Morning America. Chrome has Trebek said he wouldn't go to any extraordinary measures to ensure my survival if his experimental immunotherapy treatment proved unsuccessful. If the quality of life is not there, it's hard sometimes to push and just say, well, I'm going to keep going, even though I'm miserable.
Yeah.
That said, he dreamed to make it to the 2-year survival mark, which would have come in February 2021. My doctor has told me that he is counting on me celebrating 2 years of survivorship past the diagnosis of stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and that 2 years happens in February, he said. So I expect to be around, because he said I will be around, and I expect to be hosting the show if I'm around.
Oh, that's hard. That's sad. That's really sad. I knew Trebek was evil as soon as he shaved his mustache.
After emceeing several programs in his native Canada, Trebek made his American hosting debut in 1973 on the short-lived NBC game show The Wizard of Oz. He went on to host several other variety programs and game shows in the late 70s and early 80s, including Double Dare Complimentary.
Oh, he didn't start Jeopardy in the 70s. Okay.
Link, end of, compliment, but Trebek was best known for his role behind the podium on the long-running quiz show, Jeopardy, which he began hosting in 1984 when its daily syndicated version launched. At the time of his death, Trebek had presided over more than 8,000 episodes of the beloved program, and he had planned to remain host of Jeopardy until at least 2022, when his new contract expired.
Damn.
Link, Trebek chose to have no say in any discussions Chrome had about Link, his eventual Jeopardy, his eventual Jeopardy successor. But outside of tendering a formal recommendation, he offered this: when people ask me who I'd like to see replace me, I say, well, it's probably going to be a woman, and she'll have to be bright, she'll have to have a good sense of humor. Let's see, Betty White. Betty White is my choice.
See, that would be fun. To have Betty White as the Jeopardy host, that would be fun. I'd be behind Betty White as the Jeopardy host. That's Kebertzilla. You thought about it too, Keeverdam? Yep.
Throughout his 3+ decades as Jeopardy host, Trebek racked up a whopping 28 Daytime Emmy nominations for Outstanding Game Show Host, an award he ultimately won 7 times. He also received the Daytime Emmy's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2011.
That's impressive.
Advertisement. Third-party ad content. Save frame and up. Trebek also... Save frame and up. Trebek also made guest appearances as himself on numerous TV shows throughout the years.
Yep.
His credits included How I Met Your Mother, Hot in Cleveland,
Yep.
and The Colbert Report, and he was famously Link, imitated by Will Ferrell, during Saturday Night Live.
Yes, he was.
As Jeopardy sketches. Trebek is survived by his wife, Jean Gervin Trebek, and their 2 children, Emily and Matthew. If you like TV Line, you'll love our weekly newsletter.
So that's, and may he rest in peace, and may he, not be in pain anymore. That's, good for him for fighting as long as he did. Betty's in her 90s, I think. Yep, Betty is 90. Wow. How old is Betty White?
One moment. Betty White is 98 years old.
Holy crap. She's 98.
Betty White, 98.
I didn't realize she was that old. I thought she was in her early 90s. That's crazy. Hello, Colleen Vernier. See, that I can do. Before we move on, guys, I just want to quickly make an announcement. As of Wednesday, I'm not going to be in town. So there will not be any coffee streams after tomorrow for the week. There will be Beat the Blind Girl on Tuesday. But there will be no coffee stream Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday because I am going up to see my uncle. So I will be not able to stream. Unless, of course, I do a stream of the Trivial Pursuit game that I know will end up being played. But I know my family will keep forgetting and they'll keep calling me by my first name, so I may not do that. Um, but yeah, if you would like, and if you'd like to grab some parody shirts of the Whole Foods uh fiasco, you can find them at blindpress.net for a limited time. Pincalo made a parody shirt. Oh, Bob Barker's still alive. Let's see here. So this is a story. So where's the headline here? Headline, where did you go? Stop moving. Okay. It's happening again. Some grocers now ending toilet paper and disinfectant wipe purchases. Because we didn't learn the first goddamn time. Fuck goddamn people. Why are we so stupid? And why are there so many tags in this story? Holy crap. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, so this is from North Texas, I think. CBS Texas?
North Texas, CBS DF WCOM CNN. It's a move reminiscent of the springtime COVID-19 shutdown in Texas and across the nation. Some grocery store chains are now reimposing limits on key items such as toilet paper, paper towels, and disinfecting wipes. The companies say their hope is to keep shelves stocked and prevent shoppers from hoarding as they did earlier in the year.
Yeah, because nobody learns a goddamn thing. Ever. Nobody gives a shit about repeating things. Because they're untrained civilians. Yeah, well, untrained or stupid. Either one. I bet it's in Dallas' select point.
At Kroger, customers can purchase a maximum of 2 items when it comes to products like bath tissue, paper towels, disinfecting wipes, and hand soap. A spokesperson said in an email that the limits began earlier this week and apply in stores and online.
But what if you need one of each? What if you need one package of toilet paper, one package of paper towels, and one package of wipes? What are you gonna do then?
H-E-B in Texas has implemented similar policies in recent weeks. Some H-E-B stores have instituted limits of 2 on purchases of disinfecting and antibacterial sprays, while other stores have limited toilet paper and paper towels to 2. Christopher Brand, a spokesperson for Giant, a grocery chain in the Northeast, said that the company was seeing little evidence of stockpiling, and there is no need to create panic. But since the supply chain remains challenged, Giant began last week putting a limit of 1 on purchases of larger toilet paper and paper towel sizes and 4 on smaller toilet paper and paper towel sizes.
Okay, that's reasonable.
The 3 companies say supply chains for securing these items are still strained. Around 19% of paper products such as toilet paper and paper towels and 16% of household cleaning products were out of stock during the week ending November 1st, according to data from market research firm IRI.
Oh, wow.
The moves come as the United States reported its highest number of new coronavirus infections Thursday, at least 108,174, according to Johns Hopkins University. The 5 highest daily totals of coronavirus cases since the pandemic began had happened in the last week. Meanwhile, nearly 60% of shoppers say they plan to stock up again as winter approaches, according to a survey of 1,000 shoppers by market research firm Inmer Intelligence conducted during the week of October 14th.
This is why if you plan on stocking up, you do so slowly. Not all at once. You dumbasses.
Copyright sign.
So, yes, the moral of the story here is if you plan on stocking up, stock up slowly. Don't go and buy out the whole store at once. Just saying. Okay. Yes. Are you going to bed?
Not yet.
What?
Just saying hello.
Hello.
I'm going to die.
Poor Pink Hollow. He is he is so sick. So yes, guys, if you would be so kind as to consider throwing some shekels toward blindpress.net, it would be very very helpful, especially this week. So I'm not mooching off my mom, cause I don't get paid for a while yet. Share screen. Where am I here? So this is a story about, it's an opinion piece about the gun ban that's going to happen in Canada. Why did I do the custom emojis thing? That's not what I want. That's common sense. Why are you going to buy up supplies and tomorrow there's nothing left? Because people don't care about that, Selecta Boy. People just don't give a shit about the fact that there would be nothing left for anyone else. All they care about is them. Me, my, and fuck everybody else living around me. So that's why that they just don't care. They just don't care. So this is called Gunter, which is the author of the opinion. Here's how Trudeau's gun ban is about to get worse. And it's Lorne Gunter. Lorne, not Lauren, but Lorne. And we've got a picture of a good restricted gun license holder with his AR. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I would really like to shoot one of those. That would be fun. Alright. Volume up. Headphones out. Reading begin.
Canada is about to get an evergreen gun ban. Does that mean police officers will bring arrangements of pine boughs and ribbons when they come to seize firearms, and all confiscation notices will be printed on spruce-scented paper? You are currently on a text element. Fury factor what the Trump results really tell. IMA HTML5 frame 2.
That's funny. Come on.
Link. No. You are currently on a text element. Link. /slog up. No. Evergreening is a term from the software industry. It refers to automatic updates that occur in the background, like when your smartphone's operating system upgrades itself in the middle of the night while you're in La La Land. You are currently on a text element. Fury factor what the Trump results really. That might be convenient for computer technology, but when you're talking about changes to a law that affects hundreds of thousands of Canadians, it's undemocratic to say the least. You are currently on a text element.
No shit.
When your cell phone updates at 3:00 a.m., there is no chance you will wake up a criminal because of it.
Exactly.
But with the evergreen ban promised this week by Public Safety Minister Bill Blair, it's possible to go to bed a fully law-abiding citizen and wake up in possession of illegal firearms.
And you know what's fucked up about that?
Play.
Bill Blair was a police chief. I'm pretty damn sure. Before he became the minister. So, yeah. When COVID hit Florida, the people went crazy for toilet paper. U.S. election's still up in the air. Oh, I know, Gunfox. We're gonna have another Bush versus Gore is what's gonna happen. The U.S. will be in the same boat. Yeah, if Biden is declared, like if the Supreme Court decides that Biden is rightfully president, then yes, I would see that the U.S. is going to be in the same boat as Canada. I think that we are going to see another Bush versus Gore lawsuit, and that we may end up having the same result as the Bush versus Gore lawsuit. I think we're going to have Joe Biden as president-elect for like a month, maybe a month and a half, and then the Supreme Court is going to go, no, there was some shenanigans going on here, and Trump's going to be reelected. At least, I hope. And I never thought I'd say that about Trump, because I don't really like him. Toilet paper is evil. Let's see here. Well, I'll be damned, says Select the Boy. Yeah. Let's see.
Heading level 2. Story continues.
Story continues below. Yeah.
Safe frame container. End up. Third party. This advertise. Heading level 2. This advertise. Heading level. And you will be given no advance warning. Nor will there be any debate or vote in Parliament.
Nope.
Under Blair's scheme, outlined at a virtual meeting of the House of Commons Standing Committee on Public Safety and National Security, the May 1st list of newly banned guns, 9,500 models or variants, 400,000 individual guns, will be expanded to outlaw ever more firearms, constantly, quietly, without any public discussion.
God, get this fucking party out of the fucking government.
As soon as the RCMP or a gaggle of Justice Department bureaucrats decide to add an additional model or models to the banned list, it will be done with no more effort or democratic legitimacy than pressing the enter button on a computer. Blair told the committee the government needed an evergreen process to keep Canadians safe because we know that the gun industry is agile and adept at bringing forward new models and variants in order to try to get around the rules.
Oh, fuck off. Are you serious? What the fuck? It's called a free market. If you're gonna ban a model, of course they're gonna make one that's not banned. You dumb shit. What do you expect? Good lord. That's called capitalism, you idiot. Of course they're going to make models or variants that aren't banned. You've banned the ones they made. Why shouldn't they make ones that aren't banned? So basically, you've just admitted that you don't want anyone to have any guns. And you're also anti-capitalism. Wow, way to kill two birds with one stone there, Bill Blair. Hey, not only are we a communist party, but we are also incredibly sneaky. And stupid.
Yeah, right. It's the gun industry who are the sneaky, dishonest ones. Just as troubling as Blair's pledge to authorize perpetually moving goalposts in the gun ban was his promise to create a red flag regime.
Mm-hmm.
Red flag laws are sometimes well-intentioned. They enable health professionals to break patient confidentiality rules to report a gun owner with mental health issues who is a threat to themselves or others.
Yeah.
But there has already been a provision in Canadian law since 1995 authorizing family or professionals to report gun owners suspected of being public safety threats. Whenever anyone calls the National Firearms Center's toll-free line, one of the options they can select has been report a spousal or public safety concern.
Well, alright then.
Heading level 2.
So that's a redundant measure.
Story continues below. Third-party ad con. Safe frame container. Safe frame end up. Third, this advertise. Heading level. Unfortunately, this niche line is frequently used by a divorcing spouse to cause his or her owning spouse some legal grief.
Yep. That's actually, I'm pretty sure that happened. One of my grandfather's friends had that happen to him. In fact.
Take the example of Cassandra, not her real name. You are, according to the gun. According to the gun blogger, the ex-husband of the 38-year-old mother of two told police he feared she would use her guns on herself or others. In the middle of the night, 3 Toronto police officers used a master key to enter Cassandra's condo without a warrant and without knocking.
God damn.
WHO would vote for Trump. They yanked her from her bed in her nightgown, coerced her into opening her gun safe and seized her legally owned and stored guns. It will be very hard to get them back.
No shit.
Then she was handcuffed to a gurney and transported by ambulance to a Toronto hospital for a compulsory psych evaluation. Blair's new red flag law is expected to expand the power to rat out gun owners to friends, co-workers, neighbors and members of the community at large. In other words, if you own a gun, make sure you don't tick anyone off.
No kidding. Holy fuck. Blind, this would be the point where I would say join the American Empire, but haha, we are so fucked. Bring on the Civil War. Yeah, Gunny, your country is, you guys are not in for a good time. Healthcare professionals already have to report those that are a threat to themselves or others. Yep, regardless of whether they own guns or not. If somebody says, I'm going to go kill somebody or I'm going to go kill myself, they don't have to have a gun. If you're a healthcare professional, you are mandated to report that shit.
If you thought it was impossible for the Trudeau government's May 1st ban to get any worse, think again. End of article.
Well, that was eye-opening. I actually didn't know about that evergreen process that Bill Blair had had proposed. That's disturbing. That's actually more than disturbing. That is what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I think it might be fascist. Like actually fascist. But shh. We can't say that. That's not right to say. All right, next story. My God, my fan is blowing like crazy. Can you guys hear that? That's my Mac. My MacBook's fan. Blind, I know I dropped like 50 news stories. But I could see non-gun owners pushing... Wait, Blind, I know I dropped like 50 news stories. But I can see non-gun owners reporting false things on Canadian gun owners to push anti-gun stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my fan. We need a new computer very badly. My computer's gonna explode, and this computer's the better one. Oh, God. Okay, I hope it's not too loud. All right. So we have 2 more stories after this one. So this is a follow-up story to a story I read last week about a state of emergency that has been put into place for the town of Elmer because of an anti-mask protest that was planned. So this is the actual story the actual march. Hundreds gather in Elmer for an anti-government freedom march. I love how they put anti-government in there. That's just beautiful. Anti-government freedom march, huh? I'm pretty sure it was anti-mask, but okay. You call it anti-government.
Aylmer, OAT, hundreds turned out to the Freedom March rally in Aylmer, with participants wanting to erase the mandated mask by law, saying it's an infringement on their freedoms. We have rights, this is for everybody, says Vaughn Sansom, participant of the march from London. Participants from across the province including Hamilton, Kitchener and London attended the rally outside the community centre on Talbot Street West, Saturday afternoon. You are currently on heading level 2. List 3 bullet link, and there were how many people have Church of God Pastor Henry Hildebrand drew loud cheers when he arrived. How many people have died? Where is the emergency? There is nothing to back it up. We want our freedoms back. We want to live, says Hildebrand.
He's not wrong. We were told that people would be dying in the streets. We would have millions of deaths. In Canada, we've had 10,000. In March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 8.5 months. We've had 10,000 deaths. And it is unclear how many of those 10,000 actually died of COVID versus how many died with COVID. If you know what I mean. How many people died because of COVID versus how many people tested positive for COVID when they died of, I don't know, cancer or lupus or Lyme disease or any number of other things that aren't COVID. So we don't even know how many of the 10,000 are dead because of COVID specifically. And it's probably not even... I would say that that's probably nothing. I would say maybe half of that 10,000. Honestly. Because I really think the numbers are that padded that I would easily cut those deaths in half. To say maybe 5,000 people have died of COVID specifically. That's how much I don't trust those numbers. I do not think that all 10,000 of those deaths were specifically COVID related. Or the flu, yeah. Or measles. Or... I wonder how many attendees found out about this march due to this declaration. Yeah.
There were many onlookers at the rally, many who are pro-mask. The government mandated a mask for a reason. I am here to support the government and their regulations and show people that I don't want them to get sick and I don't want to get sick either, says Mike Moore, an Aylmer resident against the protest.
Mike Moore, huh?
Many participants had hugs over masks, shirts made and signs to match. Many healthy people don't wear masks. I don't understand where this come from. We had other diseases and virus in the past for many years and we never had any masks, says Jonathan Weber, a participant of the march.
Not wrong. And many viruses have, I don't know, the flu specifically, have killed many more people a year than this has. Specifically many more people. Not they didn't test positive for the flu after dying of another thing. They actually died of the flu. And many thousands more people have died a year from the flu than from COVID. But we were never forced into our homes for extended periods of time or to wear masks. This is blind. If the percentages are equal to the US, then the COVID deaths would be likely less than 1,000. Yeah, as I said 5,000, I was going, that's probably a little generous. Especially because our population is so much smaller than the US, so our numbers are already, tiny compared to your guys's. So, yeah, 5,000 is probably even padding the numbers.
After initially standing by the road, protesters took to the arena parking lot to make speeches and brag about the turnout, calling themselves the silent majority.
Brag about the... Listen to the bias in this article. Like, the headline calls it anti-government when really it's anti-mask and anti-fear-mongering. And now they're, quote, bragging about their turnout? Like, Jesus Christ, journalist. What happened? Like, again, more proof that these people are just, they just don't care about the actual, motivation behind journalism and what it used to be. Like, journalists have completely lost sight of what journalism was supposed to be about. Journalism was supposed to be about digging the truth out. No matter who it was about. Even if it was about somebody you may have agreed with. That was what journalism was supposed to be about. And now it's just biased, ass-kissing state propaganda. Elmer's numbers were high for a small town. Still, yeah. Let's see. All of Europe is equal. Canada population-wise is equal to about New York. Yeah, we're about 39 million. Yeah, about 39 million people.
A massive cavalcade then made its way down Talbot Street, looping around and lasting well over an hour. Aylmer police say a few Highway Traffic Act charges were laid, and they'll continue to review video and photographs from the protest. Related images. Link, list one item. Link, free link.
So these are some of the pictures. But yeah, that Highway and Traffic Act. So that's that story. We have two more stories to do. Two more stories. Where is I here? There I is. Okay. All right. So this is... There we go. So this crime hunter, December 8th is ladies' night on federal death row. Interesting. We're actually going to kill a woman. Interesting. Jesus Christ. Okay. This one's from Pancalo. And it's, the first line's pretty damn gruesome. Let's take a listen here.
Bonnie Jo Stinnett was cruelly murdered and her baby cut from her womb. Her killer will be executed December 8th. York. Lisa Montgomery is an American rarity. On December 8th, at the federal penitentiary in Terre Haute, Indiana, death will come calling for the notorious murderer, likely at around 8 a.m. as the day begins in the Midwest. Heading Level 2. It is a rare event indeed when a woman is executed in the U.S., and given the dramatic drop in executions overall in recent years, her upcoming date with the needle is significant.
Yeah.
You are currently on... Montgomery, 52, was convicted of strangling to death Bobby Jo Stinnett, 23, on December 16, 2004.
Jesus Christ.
She then removed Stinnett's unborn child from her womb using a knife.
God damn.
Killer Lisa Montgomery faces death on December 8th for the murder of pregnant mom, Bobby Jo Stinnett. Stinnett and her husband were rat terrier breeders in Skidmore, Missouri, and the two women struck up an online friendship. It would end in the expectant mom's death at the hands of a homicidal maniac.
I heard about this case when we lived at my mom's place, and she had Investigation Discovery, the Investigation Discovery channel. I read about this case, or heard about this case. I remember this case now. Let's see here. Good God's a selected boy. Yeah, I know, right? This is yeah, I remember now about this case. I remember hearing about it.
4 months before the horrific murder, Montgomery had been telling friends and family she was pregnant, but she had actually been sterilized about 10 years previously.
I wonder why.
Story continues below. Third-party ad safe frame end up. When she expressed an interest in purchasing a puppy, the two women agreed to meet the next day. Montgomery then drove from her home in eastern Kansas to Stinnett's home in northwestern Missouri. Zeb Stinnett with the couple's baby, Victoria, who miraculously survived the murder of her mom. You are currently...
Aww.
Montgomery was ready for murder. She was carrying a sharp kitchen knife and a cord. By that afternoon, Stinnett was dead, and horrified detectives launched a nationwide manhunt. Initially, Montgomery attempted to pass off the baby, Victoria Jo Stinnett, as her own. But using computers and scouring Stinnett's online interactions, detectives tracked the killer down and rescued the baby.
Oh, that's good.
Now, the mousy killer will be the first woman executed by the federal government in the United States since child kidnapper Bonnie Hetty, 41, got the big adios in the Missouri gas chamber on December 18, 1953.
Oh, wow. So it's almost... It's about 20 days off from being exactly... to being an anniversary.
Bonnie Hetty with her co-kidnapper, a druggie and a booze hound. Hetty and her partner in crime, Carl Hall, 34, kidnapped young Bobby Greenlease and held him for ransom. They took the boy across the state line to Kansas and shot the child dead before burying him. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, since the Supreme Court reinstated the death penalty in 1976, just 16 women have been executed. More than 1,500 men have been put to death during the same time. The most recent was the death by lethal injection of Kelly Gissendaner, 47, on September 30, 2015 in Georgia. Gissendaner orchestrated the death of her husband for his insurance money on their house. We are currently on a text element. At her 2007 jury trial in Kansas City, Montgomery was convicted of kidnapping resulting in death. The 12 jurors unanimously recommended that she receive a death sentence.
Good.
Story continues. The third-party ad safe frame end up. Kelly Gissendaner was the last woman executed in the U.S. But despite Montgomery facing the abyss, her legal team is vowing to stop the execution.
Are you fucking serious? There's no way you could... I don't understand how any defense lawyer would think that they had a case to appeal. I if I was a defense lawyer, I wouldn't want to touch that shit. I'd be like, nope, sorry. I need money, but not that much. You know what I mean? Like, I just...
Lawyer Kelly Henry said the death penalty was inappropriate for Montgomery because at the time of the crime she was suffering from PTSD. Court heard she had been sexually trafficked as a child.
Nope, sorry. Nope.
Lisa Montgomery has long accepted full responsibility for her crime, and she will never leave prison, Henry said in a statement. But her severe mental illness and the devastating impacts of her childhood trauma make executing her a profound injustice.
No, I'm sorry. It is tragic if you are taken advantage of that way, especially as a child. However, that does not then excuse you from premeditatively murdering and cutting out the child from said murder victim and passing it off as your own. No, does not happen. Don't know how you as a defense lawyer could even think how that would happen. You are pretty scummy.
At the moment, Montgomery is the only woman on federal death row. At the state level, 52 other convicted female killers are awaiting death, with about half caged in California. The Justice Department has also given the green light for the execution of Brandon Bernard on December 10th. He was convicted of killing 2 youth ministers in 1999 in Iowa. David Schultz, 25, and Ellen Mather-Ois, 24, were murdered on July 9th, 1976. Their accused killer goes on trial next July.
Wow.
Accused killer faces justice in 1976 double murder. On a weekly basis, cops across North America are clearing murders that have long been deemed cold cases. In Wisconsin, a judge has ruled that an elderly accused killer Raymond Van Leeuwenhoven is competent to be tried next summer for first-degree murder in the deaths of a Green Bay couple. You are currently...
Good. Good. If you kill somebody, then you need to be held accountable for it. Someone has to be sick in the head to do something like that. Yeah. PTSD, yeah, okay. Shell shock is only for the military. Gunfox says, blind, no, I'm sorry. No fucking civilian can have PTSD. I would agree with you, Gunfox, unless you have, see, I don't know if I would agree with you, because there are some things that, like, there is such a thing as caregivers PTSD. There is, like, if you're, well, I guess a firefighter, you wouldn't be a civilian. But, yeah, I might agree with you, like, unless you were, like, severely physically or sexually abused, and or you were taking care of a loved one and it affected you badly. Otherwise, I would agree with you.
David Schultz, 25, and Ellen Mather-Ois, Raymond Van Leeuwenhoven, 83, has been ruled competent to stand trial for a 1976 double murder. Schultz was found shot to death outside the campground's toilet shortly after the shooting. Mathy had been shot twice and sexually assaulted. Her body was found the next morning.
God damn.
For years, the case sat in a box. But in March 2019, Van Leeuwenhoven, 83, was arrested and charged in the shocking murders. Detectives allegedly linked him to the double slaying through genetic genealogy. He has not pleaded guilty. Link. B. Hunter, at. Chrome has new.
So that is the end of that story.
Link.
So
Hunter to Sun.
Looks like we're gonna have a woman, or the U.S. is gonna have a woman federally executed for the first time in quite a few years. So we are on our last story, and of course we're going to hear about climate change and how horrible it is. So let's take a look, shall we? Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing and why? There we go. Alright, so Chrome tab. Alright. So, we have this article for our last story here. This is from earthsky.org. So, the headline says, why Arctic sea ice has stalled and what it means for the rest of the world. Nothing. Well, I'm sure it means something, but, nothing that isn't cyclical and hasn't happened before. So we have a picture of icebergs. Or ice chunks. Ice flows. Whatever you want to call them. Alright, here we go.
Period. Third party ad by link. Link. University of Arctic Sea link. Earth Arctic sea ice plays a crucial role in the Earth's energy balance. It is covered for most of the year by snow, which is the brightest natural surface on the planet, reflecting about 80% of the solar radiation that hits it back out to space. Chrome has new window.
Yes.
Link. Earth Sky 2021. Meanwhile, the ocean it floats on is the darkest natural surface on the planet, absorbing 90% of incident solar radiation. For that reason, changes in sea ice cover have a big impact on how much sunlight the planet absorbs and how fast it warms up.
Okay.
Each year a thin layer of the Arctic Ocean freezes over, forming sea ice. In spring and summer this melts back again, but some of the sea ice survives through the summer and is known as multi-year ice. It's thicker and more resilient than the sea ice that forms and melts each year, but as the Arctic climate warms, at a rate link, more than twice that of the rest of the world, this multi-year ice is under threat. Chrome has new...
Okay. And what? What about it? Are we going to condemn the main polluters, China and India, or are we going to continue doing silly things like banning single-use plastics in a country of 39 million people, thinking that will make a remote difference?
In the last 40 years, multi-year ice has shrunk by link, about half. At some time in the next few decades, scientists expect the world will see an ice-free Arctic Ocean throughout the summer, with worrying consequences for the rest of the climate system. That prospect got much closer in 2020, due in part to the exceptional summer heat wave that broiled the Russian Arctic.
It's almost like there's a cycle to this. It's almost like if we were able to report the weather at different times in the past before we were here, we might actually see the same goddamn thing happening over and 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 over again. Because this planet is, I don't know, 4.5 billion years old. I'd say climate change is mostly weather conditions. Yep. Blind, that's racist. Climate change is only due to the Western nations. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Gunfox. Forgive me. Forgive me, I have sinned.
Shutting down the sea ice factory. The oceans have a large thermal capacity, which means they can store huge amounts of heat. In fact, the top meter of the oceans has about the same thermal capacity as the whole of the atmosphere. Many of us have experienced a balmy afternoon in autumn by the coast even though the air temperature inland is only a few degrees above freezing. That's because the oceans accumulate heat slowly over the summer, releasing it equally slowly during winter.
Yeah, it's the same reason why after a really hot day, you could go swimming in a lake at midnight and it's still, like, tepid.
Third-party ad safe frame and up. So it is with the Laptev Sea, lying north of the Siberian coast. This part of the Arctic Ocean is usually a factory for new sea ice in autumn and winter as air temperatures dip below zero and surface water starts to freeze. That new ice is carried westward by persistent offshore winds in a kind of conveyor belt. Map of north coast of... The Laptev Sea lies off the coast of northern Siberia. Image via... Link, period. This process is powered by the formation of... Chrome has new window. Link, Polonyas. You are currently on areas of open water surrounded by sea ice. Polymers act as engines of new sea ice production by exchanging heat with the colder atmosphere, causing the water to freeze. But if there is no sea ice to start with, the polymer cannot form and the whole process shuts down.
Yes. And I'm sure this has happened before. Like I said, many times before us. I don't know what to say to you there, our author.
Sea ice in the Laptev Sea reached a record low in 2020, with no new ice through October, later than any previous year in the Link satellite record. The exceptional summer heat wave across Siberia will have resulted in heat accumulating in the adjacent ocean, which is now delaying the regrowth of sea ice.
Okay.
Twitter tweet.
And let me guess, this is our fault and specifically the U.S.'s fault because Trump was in charge?
Third-party ad in the 1980s, there was as much as 230,000 square miles, 600,000 square kilometers of multi-year ice covering around 2/3 of the Lattaff Sea. In 2020, it has been ice-free for months with no multi-year ice left at all. The whole Arctic Ocean is heading for ice-free conditions in the future, defined as less than 1 million square kilometers, 390,000 sq miles, of ice cover. That's down from about 3 million square miles, 8 million square kilometers just 40 years ago. This year's new record delay in ice formation in the Lattaff Sea takes it a step closer. A rapidly changing Arctic is a global cause for concern. Thawing permafrost releases methane, a greenhouse gas that is about link 84 times more potent. Link 84 than CO2 when measured over 20 years.
Yes, it is.
Link. Northern Hemisphere is heavily influenced by what happens in the rapidly changing roof of the world. You are currently on link. Jonathan Bamber, Professor of Physical Geography, link. University of Bristol. This article is republished from.
So basically what they're saying is if the ocean heats up too much, we'll have release of methane, which is true. Because in limestone deposits under the ocean is a bunch of methane hydrates that if they dissolve or if they get warm enough, they will dissolve back into gas and they will drive up the Earth's temperature because of the greenhouse effect. Now, this has also happened before in the Permian. That's basically what scientists think caused the extinction in the oceans in the Permian. Because the Permian was an incredibly hot time of the Earth's past, and that was also one of the extinction events. There are supposedly 5 mass extinction events on our planet, and the Permian extinction was the largest so far. I believe the statistics are that it killed 90 to 95% of life on the planet, land and ocean. And it was a temperature rise that scientists theorize were caused by volcanism. And the temperatures caused by the rising temperatures of the supervolcanoes basically caused the methane hydrates in the limestone to bubble out as gas and basically cause a runaway greenhouse effect. And also, which would have also turned the oceans to basically acid for plants and animals that would not have been conducive to living conditions. All this to say that the Earth has done this before, way before we were here, with our coal burning and our oil burning and our nuclear energy and our cars and our everything. And it will continue to do so after we are gone. And the only thing that will stop this planet from cyclical climate change and cyclical anything is the death of the sun. And I really wish that people would understand that. I really do. Because it's getting so fucking frustrating. Can you say hello, Mini Ice Age? Yeah, I know, right? Or when a massive space rock came crashing into the Earth. Yeah, that too. Oh, are you sure it wasn't caused by man? That would go against the left's teaching. Oh, I know. I'm just full of hate facts tonight. Just full of them. So this climate change stuff drives me crazy because are we affecting it? Sure. I'll give you that. Are we the main cause? No. Are we going to destroy the planet? No. No. And the fact that we think we are arrogant enough to destroy the planet is funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck. This planet, all it needs to do is have a good hard continental divide and a good hard fucking asteroid strike or a good super volcanic eruption, and humanity would know its place right damn quick. This planet is not going anywhere till the sun reaches red giant phase and swallows the planet. That is how the planet is going to end. There is no other way unless like another planet hits us. That is it. We're not the planet's not going anywhere. We might drive ourselves into extinction if we're not careful, but the planet will heal itself. The planet will heal itself. And you know, it will continue on for however long the sun has, and then it will become a cinder. Blind, I would love to see what the left would say when Yellowstone blew its load all over everything. Yeah. The void, yep. Oh, man. Alright, guys, on that note, we've come to the end of the show. Please join me tomorrow tomorrow afternoon for the coffee stream at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Also remember, beat the blind girl. I can talk, I promise. I really can. Beat the Blind Girl is on Tuesday, probably around 1:15 or 1:20, depending on when my orientation and mobility lesson ends. And then remember, guys, there is going to be no coffee stream and no Star Trek stream this week from Wednesday on, because I will be up in Ottawa/Quebec visiting my uncle. So I do thank you guys for watching. Please come back tomorrow at noon Eastern for the coffee stream. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday evening. If you're still awake and you have nothing else to do and you'd like to listen to more YouTube, please go ahead over to Minions of the Zoo and give them a listen. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow at 12. Bye!